Yesterday we set up the trigger, but today is more important because we're going to mix it. And the mix starts after the trigger. And the goal here is to get the average signal to maintain a uniform presence and to get the peaks to peak at the same place every time. So we are going to do that with compression, limiting, and adding a little bit of distortion. First of all, take a look here at the meter in Pro Tools and notice how the green part, which is the average, is not steady. And also the little mark of the peaks ends always in the different part of the meter. That's how we're trying to solve with the compression and the limiter. Even though I'm starting with a preset here, you can replicate these settings with an 1176 because it's more or less the same. It doesn't matter. If not, I will make a video proving it. The best way to set up the threshold in a preset is to lower down the threshold until the gain reduction meter shows the same amount as the gain knob in the peaks. That way you get the same amount of gain reduction intended by the creator of the preset. Now this particular compressor has a set of meter input and output in the left side. If you try to match those, you will get an insane amount of compression that's not the original purpose of the preset. When, however, you look at the gain reduction meter and set the threshold so that it marks the same amount as the gain meter, the output will automatically be set to unity. Now I want you to listen carefully and tell me what is the difference you hear. With the compressor it sounds like it's louder, and that's because the average signal is being compressed to the same place every time, and a lot. Now to take care of the peaks we are going to use the limiter. Now I want you to take a look at the gain reduction meter of the limiter and see how we'll set the threshold to compress all the loudest peaks, but the softer will remain untouched. And that's the way we are going to even the peaks. Notice now in the Pro Tools meter how all the peaks are in the same place. That's going to reflect in the master bus later. You will thank me. You will have the opportunity to see how I go back and refine all this and make it work. So we achieved our goal. Now the peaks are all peaking in the same place and the average, the bulk of the signal is sitting in the same place. Now we are going to add a little bit of distortion. Why we do it? Because we want to shape the limited signal and reshape it into a more natural form. As you might know from last week's video, the mic preamp is the one that boosts more the low end when it's saturating. So that's the one I usually pick. Now let's compare them three and see how it changes the overall sound. Here comes the tweaking I was telling you about, which I consider one of the most important parts of this video. The sound is too clicky. I thought it was the limiter, but it is the compressor. comes to mind that the less suspected thing is the culprit sometimes. This goes to show the importance of leaving some headroom in the output of the limiter. Don't squeeze it to zero. Finally, before we crank up the saturation, I want to show you back the Pro Tools meter so you can see how the average signal is way louder now thanks to the compression and the limiting, and the peaks are still the same and peaking at the same place. Now let's crank up the saturation. This one was the easiest one. All you have to do is crank it up until it sounds like a kick. Finally, I wanted to apologize to my subscribers and the people who watched my videos because I couldn't do the bypass graphics today. My software is acting very weird. I don't know really how to make it work in the fine-tuned settings it needs to do this. Thank you very much for your patience.